as a chief bridesmaid, don't ever look more beautiful than the bride. Hey, whoa! Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Lope Dicta and I'm happy and glad to be here. Thank you for tuning in. Nagode Dahan. Okay, so for those who are not familiar, this is another episode of The Hint, and today we want to talk about activities, or should I say duties, of a chief bridesmaid. And I'm going to be giving us 10 duties of a chief bridesmaid, and I'm going to be saying some things that they should not do while they are on duty. You understand? Because being a chief bridesmaid is actually a very special and unique duty. I once did a video on how to choose your chief bridesmaid or bridesmaid of honor, and I will be dropping a link after this video. And so if you already know that choosing them is a very, very important step, because it's one of those, choosing a very good chief bridesmaid as a bride will help you have a good day or a frustrated day. Though it's not that it's going to frustrate you if you have a bad one, like 100% frustration. But to some extent, if you have a bad chief bridesmaid, oh my god, you'll be like, why now? Why are you doing this to me? So that's why I came up with this video, the 10 duties of a chief bridesmaid. Sometimes I realize that some chief bridesmaids, it's not if they don't want to do their duties, they don't know it. The last wedding we organized at Cuba, I was trying to tell the chief bridesmaid, these are the things you should do for the bride. And the bride was there when I was saying it. And when they finally came and she was not doing those things, she was like, they told you to do, like, why are you doing that? Just calm down. It used to happen. So probably because the teaching was a day to the wedding, so it did not enter her head, it did not sink very well. Okay, so today's teaching is for us so I can sing. So that's why you should sit down and relax and enjoy this episode of 10 duties of a chief bridesmaid. We'll be right back. Welcome back from that break. So before I go into the 10 duties of a chief bridesmaid, I want us to know first of all that to whom much is given, much is expected. So being a chief bridesmaid, more is expected from you compared to other bridesmaids. So now let me go to the 10 duties of a chief bridesmaid. Number 1 is understand the stress of the day. Understand what the day is about. You've never been to a traditional wedding before and you are the chief bridesmaid of a bride and you have to do some traditional duties. If you don't know how it goes, then how will you go through the process? Understand, you've never been to a church wedding before. Probably on the wedding they've been inviting you to, you are just going to the reception. Straight from your house, you're going to the reception, and this is going to be the first time you have no choice than to attend the entire wedding, and you don't even know how things go. Then how will you do the job? So the first thing is understand the stress of the day. Understand what wedding is about. Understand the type of wedding you're going for and how it's going to be done. Now the second one is be prepared. It's not just enough to understand this is what we want to do. The second part is being prepared mentally, psychologically. You have to tell yourself, okay, let me just dedicate these 2 days for this person. She deserves this. She's my bestie. I'm my best lady. She's my friend. She's my bride, and I'm going to be there for her. So that is the second one I have for you. Be prepared. Be ready. Number 3 is know everything and know the people around you. Know everything that the bride needs to use and know the people around you. I will explain that. First, as in knowing the people around you is, I advised in the video I did then that the best kind of person that can be your chief bridesmaid I can actually, advise is either your friend, not that busy friend that she's just everywhere, no, but that friend that knows the family members, knows your other friends, and at the same time she can just be at your side, knows you well. Or your cousin, not your direct sister, because your cousin knows the family well too, and she will also be able to relate with your friends and others. But when it is your direct sister, so many times your mom wants to send her errand. Anyway, don't let me go into that. I've done a video on that already. So now, whoever is the chief bridesmaid should be able to know the people around. Imagine the bride said to the chief bridesmaid, okay, let me assume the chief bride's name is Lope. Okay, Lope, please help me meet Bisola for the fan I gave her, or for my fan, she's the one bringing it, and you don't know Bisola. Then you start asking around, please, where is Bisola? Please, where is Bisola? I'm looking for Bisola. By the time you finally get Bisola, I am sure that the bride is already sweating, and even the use for the fan might be expired. I'm just giving an example. So we should be familiar, and in this case I advise whatever is the chief bridesmaid to a bride should be with the bride earlier than the real day, the due day. That is the way you can meet people, know people. Oh yeah, oh, you greet this one, you go and greet mommy Toby, you greet mommy Bola, you understand? That is how it goes. Then knowing the things the bride wants to use. For instance, you don't know what a bouquet looks like. It happens, you feel like everyone knows a bouquet. Some people may not know what a bouquet is like, and you are the chief's bridesmaid, and it is time for the bride to hold the bouquet, and they told you, okay, bring the bouquet, and you're like, what's bouquet? Kinjela, make body, something like that. It will not go well. But imagine you were there, you're familiar with things the bride wants to use. The bride can send you, please help me bring my silver chain. Okay, easily you know where it is, you're already familiar. That is why you need to be familiar with the things the bride wants to use, because you are the first person beside the bride. Should I say the left hand person of the bride, that, or is it right hand person that they used to call it, that the bride will send errand for? So you are not an errand person, but you are a chief, you are the leader of all other maids. We are, when we are doing this chief bridesmaid thing, we are just there to support the bride. Do you understand? So you have to be familiar with everything, like with everything. Another very important duty of a chief bridesmaid, and very common though, is adjusting of the bride's clothes and fanning of that bride. One thing is, adjusting the clothes is not once. You know, sometimes I've seen some chief bridesmaids that they adjust it once and they felt like it should not shake again. How should I say? It should not disorganize again. I don't know how to explain that. But the point is, she is the bride. You know, sometimes the bride has to keep greeting people, bending down and all, and it affects her clothes. The hem of her clothes might be coming down, this side might be coming down. In case she's wearing a white, her veil might be coming off, and all sort of things. So it is one of your duties to stick to the fact that in your brain, remember, our clothes must be looking perfect, like perfecto. It is your duty, and it is actually one of those interesting duties you want to do, like opportunity to touch the bride. Don't give access to other parties, like third parties, now come and start adjusting the bride when you are there. It does not make sense that way. Another duty is the fanning duty. This fanning duty can be in two ways. You can keep fanning, or you give the bride. Sometimes you do this small fan. This is automatic, it fans itself, you just on it and off it. That's what people use now. But in case you are not using that, even if they are using that, continue fanning the bride. Like, because the sweat, some brides are even sweating inside AC. Why? Because of the clothes they are wearing. It's always very thick and big sometimes. You know how this ball thing used to go these days now. It's always like very, very heavy, and it makes them sweat even inside AC, even under AC, even under air condition. So one thing is, we need to put at the back of our head, at the back of our mind, as a chief bridesmaid, is constantly fanning the bride. It's a very, very important duty for us too. Yes. Another very important duty of a chief bridesmaid is holding the bride's purse, phone, fan. Sometimes they are even always too much for you to hold. You can give a fellow bridesmaid to help you hold some, but someone that will not walk away so fast, because the bride's purse needs to be around. There are sometimes that all these people will come and ask for money, and she can't keep holding her purse. So the next thing is, she's supposed to just look up to you. Okay, buy me for 15 naira. Okay, help me give her 15 naira, or help me give her so amount of money, 1,000 naira. Anyone, the purse, everything. Don't leave anything for the bride. What the bride is supposed to hold when she is wearing a white gown is the bouquet, and if it is the traditional cloth, it is this fan. There's this very beautiful four feather fan that they do for brides. Aside from that, she's not supposed to be holding anything. When it's not as if she's snapping. So when she's snapping, she needs to hold her purse because of the compliment, so it complements her dressing. But aside from that, holding too much may give her stress. I want us to understand the fact that an average bride is always stressed on her day, because all eyes is on her. And you know that an average bride or a groom, they are celebrities on their day. every phone is on them, everyone wants to see the bride. Even the person who don't know the bride before, from anywhere, from onset, they want to see the bride. I remember when I was very small, I was in St. Louis then, and I went to a church, I think it was an Anglican church, and the bride was coming out, they were dancing out of the church program, and the bride looked at me and she smiled, like greeted me. I was like, Jesus, bride bride have greeted me. I don't know how to say, bride greeted me. I was so happy. So that's if I won Visa Lottery that day. And that is exactly how it is. The bride that day, they are special people. They own the day. That is their day. And because of that, some people who are not used to facing the crowd, many people easily get tired. It wears them off. Let me speak Yoruba. It wears them off, and in that way, they are prone to getting frustrated quick, getting angry quick and all. So these are the things we should understand as a chief bridesmaid. We are supposed to be there to calm them. There are some chief bridesmaids, the bride will be angry, they will be angry. I'll just be looking like, what's going on here? One is supposed to be there for the other, and it is you who is meant to be there for the other person. And that is why I'm doing this video, so that we can all understand how things go. So another duty now is shielding off unnecessary people. Oh my god, that is a very important part. I'm even good at that part. As in, there's a way I'll be using style to do like this. I'll be dancing, I'll be using my bum to shift away all unnecessary people. Hey, I should go with my bum, I'm shifting you away. All those unnecessary mummies that you've not seen before, aunties that you've not seen, they don't know the bride save, or they've only seen the bride when the bride was very small. They will now come and want to start forming familiarity. As a chief bridesmaid and other bridesmaid, cycle your bride. Don't let any unnecessary hand come and start touching. There's some people now want to come and touch the bride. Pelo mommy. Which of your mom? Bride know her mom now. Like, it's very, very common in this side, like this part of the country. And sincerely, it is one of the duties of the chief bridesmaid to shield them away. All the unnecessary people, they should go and get out. They should go and sit down in their seat and eat rice. They are here for the rice and to enjoy the music of the DJ, not come and be touching the bride. Some will even spoil makeup, they will spoil gele, some will mistakenly tear it. I was watching the video of someone that the person passing touched mashed this net, the tulle net in a wedding gown, and it tore. So these are the things. As a chief bridesmaid, you shield unnecessary people, unnecessary attachments. They are not supposed to be there. Every unnecessary attachment, just shield them away. Like, shield your bride. Shield your bride. I hope I've said 9 already, because this is going to be my last point. I'm sorry I lost count. And okay, my final point is that be in the picture. This is a very interesting point, and it's very simple. Just be in the pictures. Be in the picture of the wedding, and be in the pictures is in 2 ways. Be in the picture, be there for the bride. Let her remember you anytime she remember her wedding day. And also be in the pictures, like pictures that is now chung like cameraman. Because I notice some brides are so busy that some chief bridesmaids are so busy that they are looking for them inside picture, they did not see them. And this particular point goes for everyone watching. You are a man, you are a guy. Thank you for sticking, because I know guys may not really want to stick, but in case you're a guy, you're still sticking to this video right now. Thank you very much. And I want to say, be in the picture too. You can't afford to go for the wedding and you're not in the picture. Some people are groom's brother, groom's sisters, and they went for errands that before they snap picture and come back, they're finished snapping. Pictures are memories. There are some memories that we don't need pictures to remember. Yes, but at least let us also create a memory that even with picture they will see us and remember us, the way we look, the clothes we wear that day. You understand? It should be, because being in the picture is actually a very nice one. Let us all remember that, and that will be my final point. And before I end the side of the points, let me give you this final shot. For this, I'm not yet done, because I'm still going to give you 3 things you should not do as a chief bridesmaid. Is the fact that your duties are not over until the bride enters a groom's car and they are already taking her home. As far as she has not gone into that motor, packed her things, and she's not yet going, your duties are on. Such as, after the event is over, you should be there to help the bride pack her things. she would have used a lot of things. What if they're all scattered? Being a nice friend, being a nice chief bridesmaid, I think it's so nice for you to help. And your duties are over when you say bye bye, they have carried your friend away. That is when the real duties are over. That is what I think. And so that is what I'll be ending it on for 10 duties of a chief bridesmaid. Before I go, let me give you this jara. 3 things you should not do, like as a chief bridesmaid. You should not be seen snapping pictures when you're supposed to help lift a veil, when you're supposed to help lift a basket, and so many other things. Adjust clothes, fan the bride, spray that stuff they spray, and you're there snapping, you're doing to the fine bride. Let other people do do once in a while, take a picture. You want to have selfie with the bride, yeah, do it, but do your duties before you go for pictures. Let your picture not be the priority. Another thing you should not be seen doing is picking money. You have so many duties to do as a chief bridesmaid, but if you are bending down to pick money, when will you do those duties? Because literally they will spray the money the bride almost every time. The only time you can pick money is probably you are the only two there. But when it comes to dancing time and people are coming in, I've always thought it's the chief bridesmaid that will pick money too. But it was later I realized it's not right. But the friends of the bride, or probably an elder, someone around, friends of the bride especially, or other chief bridesmaid, just you are the one to delegate the person to pick it. When the person is done picking, now your duty is to collect it from the person immediately you people are leaving that place. Because I say you should not be picking money on the floor, should not now mean you should now leave the person picking it, you should now take it to her seat. No, it's not done. Immediately when they are through, collect it from her and go to your set with the bride. But bending down to pick money, what if as they are spraying, the clothes of the bride, the hand comes down, or the pele she used, it's going to the floor and she needs to pick it, then others will start doing your duties for you. It does not come that way. Let them pick the money, collect it immediately when they are done. That is how it is being done. And finally, this is a very important point. Let me give the girl before I say ding ding ding. As a chief bridesmaid, don't ever look more beautiful than the bride. Hey, whoa! Okay, so Yoruba means never say no. Okay, just apart. As a chief bridesmaid, there are so many times I've noticed that there are some chief bridesmaids that they feel like your girl is my day. Sister, you are mistaken. It's not your day. It is the bride's day, not your own. So you can't afford to look like finer than the bride. Let your makeup be normal. Let it be minimal. Let it be nice and fine. And let the bride's makeup come out. I've gone to a wedding that the chief bridesmaid was looking finer than the bride. She made her hair and everything. This bing hair. And the bride only did this retouching and setting, all this simple SU bride. And the chief bridesmaid was also SU. And she was the one that even advised the bride to do what don't let me go to that aspect. But one thing I just know is you can't afford to go finer than the bride. And there's this thing people used to do every time. Makeup time. The bride will be doing makeup and they are going for church. The chief bridesmaid will be there doing other things. When the bride is not done with the makeup, that's when chief bridesmaid will now start makeup. Even though your makeup artist is not fast enough, so that your own makeup will be fast and you go and meet the bride, it's better you bring another makeup artist for you as a chief bridesmaid, so that the person will be able to do your own face without delaying time. Because most times, you as a chief bridesmaid, you are the PA to the bride, and on a norm, a PA is ready before the yoga. So I would even say the chief bridesmaid should have been dressed before the bride finishes her dressing. That is what I think, because as a PA to your boss, you should be done dressing before the boss. But in this case, okay, we understand you gather day, but still it's always nice so that the bride will not be done dressing, snapping on her way to church, and you as a chief bridesmaid, you are still busy painting your face, doing your makeup. Your mind will be at peace now. So that is another part I want us to all take in. And the fact that don't look finer than the bride. Please stop it. Yeah. That is going to be the end of today's episode of The Hint, and I hope you're able to learn one or two things. Please don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel. I didn't even say it is good. Please subscribe to our channel. I know I do more talking, most of the talking. But don't worry now, interesting things are coming your way. But I hope you've learned something today. See you again. Your predictor signing off. Thank you for watching. God bless you. Bye.